Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello. Why am I so much louder than you?
Because my energy is low. My energy is down here.
But
Tamika, you keep your drink over there. I'll keep my drink over there.
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Question of the day. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Q&A with A and T. Hello.
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 So today's topic or question of the day is, ladies, do you stay in a relationship with a fella? We're gonna call him fellas
A young
now.
fella.
Young fella.
No, a old fella.
A fella who you guys may or may not have children together. However, he has children outside of the relationship and has no interest in creating a relationship if he does not have one, continuing a relationship if you guys met after the fact of him having children, or if there's been a falling out between this fella and the child's mom. How do you handle that situation? And
That's the question.
Tamika, how
You
would
sure you want to ask me this? Like,
I'm
you
gonna
sure
go
you
first.
don't want to
I'm gonna go
right?
first. I'm gonna go first.
Because everybody knows.
I feel like I could in no way deal with a fella who has children and has no relationship with the children, no interest in developing a relationship with the children, no interest in nurturing a relationship or continue to nurture a relationship with his children outside of being, in a relationship with that child's mom. I feel like if you are a man who is responsible, dedicated, hardworking, loves his children, or has said children, has said children, and he has no interest in taking care of a responsibility that is a part of him, I cannot have any dealings with him at all, because that's just a part of life. It's just his responsibility. If you aren't responsible in being in the life of this child that is a part of you, a part of your loins, that you took accountability, that you took full partnership in creating, then you should take responsibility in raising this child or contributing to the raising and development of this child. So for me to be with someone who has no relationship, does not care to harbor a relationship, does not care to develop or nurture their child, I'm gonna tap out. That's a no for me, Bob. I'll take no for 300, Bob.
300, Bob. Okay. It's my turn yet.
It's your turn, Tamika.
Hey, everybody. It's Tamika. So the question is, if we could stay with a guy. Let me give you my first instinct, and then I'm gonna tell you, what it really is. My first instinct is, that's your kid. That's your kid. So whether you want to be a part of your child's life or not be a part of your child's life, I don't have anything to do with that. Because when it's later on in life and that kid has questions for you, they're not going to be like, we want to ask Tamika a question too. We want to see what was going on.
Because that does happen. And I'm going to just reference the Braxton Family Values as a case in point. Remember when they had to sit down with their dad and he brought the current wife, and they all harbored like this animosity towards the wife, like she kept their dad away from them. You know what I mean?
Right, but in my situation,
Mm-hmm.
the kids love me.
Oh.
So that's why I'm saying my
Mhm.
first instinct is to say, that's your mother love the kid.
And then the crazy thing,
That's my first
the
instinct.
other question that I would ask is, how is it that you have a relationship with the children and the father doesn't?
Because of the mothers. You
Okay.
have to realize that. When you
Okay.
have a child, you have a mother and a father. If the mother goes off and she's with somebody, generally, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if the father goes off and he's with somebody, baby,
Not
that's a different situation. Unless, once again, you're Tamika, who knows how to organize everything in order. So, let's start with my child's father, okay, with my children, okay? If he gets a girlfriend or something like that, he doesn't have my children. So I don't care about your girlfriend or what's going on with your girlfriend, because our discussion is our child, our children. That's our discussion. So I could care less about what's going on. Now, if my children do go there, I'm not like everybody else. If my children go there, I know that the person that I laid down with and had children with, that I lay down with, I know that my children are going to be fine. So if he has a girlfriend, if he has a fiance, if he has a wife, I'm not going to even call their phone if my kids are there. And then you got to go by the age frame of kids. Because when my kids were younger, in the younger ages, let's say from birth to about 7 years old, and my kids will go with their father, I never care, because you have to know that the person that you have children with is going to protect and care for your children, and that nobody's not going to interfere with that going on at all. My personal problem is, which I don't have a problem. Let's start by, I personally don't have a problem with anybody. Kids were even born when my husband was with me, okay? And I still ain't got the problem. However, I think because I don't have a problem, that's causing a problem. Go figure.
Yeah.
We never thought we'd be here. But that's just so many angles and directions and ways that they can go. I could just tell you that in my personal situation, as far as that's concerned, I wouldn't have a problem with it, because I don't care about that situation. I'm going to have a conversation with you. Like, yo, did you call such and such? Did you reach out to such and such? I am going to make sure that I'm putting my effort forth as a mother. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that the father is like reaching out. But if he doesn't, I'm not going to push that issue, because then that's going to mess up my house. I got a problem with anything that messes up my house.
So, if you hold on, because I'm confused. It don't take much.
Okay.
So, if you were in a relationship with a guy, and you
I'm
guys
in a
don't have-
relationship with the guy.
you in a relationship with a guy, and he has children outside of your relationship,
Right.
you don't mind what his relationship is with his children? Is that what you're saying?
No, I do care. But
Okay.
I'm not going to care as much as to the fact that it's going to mess up my house.
Got you. Okay.
Let's say that. That's how it is, just that simple.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to say, did you call them, or did you reach out to them, or did you talk to such and such today? Or I'm going to bring it up, but I'm not going to bring it up all the time, because if that caused confusion with how that man feels, I don't know how that man feels. I only could go by what that man tells me, how he feels about the situation and why he reacts the way that he reacts. I only can get that and base what I see off of what's being told to me. So that's what I go that way. in that direction.
Okay.
That's all I can say. I don't know. Ladies, what would
So,
you do?
how about the situation where you have the angry baby mama who is just unhappy with the fact that her and her child's father or are no longer in a relationship, and
That's
it doesn't
the
matter
thing.
that
Pause. That goes back to women. Make sure you're in a relationship with somebody. Make sure you're in a relationship with somebody. And make sure that the statements that you say to the person in years prior, make sure that those statements don't come back and bite you in your ass. Let's just say that. Because I have heard statements like, oh, you mad because I'm pregnant. Did I tell y'all about my labor, that it was 33 hours? I said that, right?
I believe so.
I don't care who got a baby. I already got two of my own. Okay? So I don't want anybody kids. I don't want to take anybody kids. Ask. Then you will probably see that maybe this was a conversation that me and this man had prior about our whole situation and about you. Go ahead, Betty. You want kids? You can have kids. Go and have kids. I am not having no more kids because I knew who I was having kids with. I knew the person that I was having kids with. I can call that person at the time we was married. Well, prior to the kids, like it happened like that. Like pregnant with Nazir, married, and then already married with Amir. Like that's just the way that it happened and in that order. So I'm just here to let you know that with that order and with that happening, I knew what I was doing. So ladies, just know what you're doing. Just know what you're doing. The reason why you can't get stuff done with your baby fathers and stuff like that is because you don't ask. It's just that simple. Or put your foot down. I wish I would say, like, let's take for example, I went through the finances or whatever with the kids and I seen that I need $1,000 every 2 weeks. I'm not going to be with somebody or sleep with somebody that can't give me $1,000 whether it work out or whether it don't. Because just in case it don't, I already calculated in my head I needed $1,000. Okay? So that's what I need to take care of my children, and that's what I'm going to get. I get everything that I want to for my children because I ask, and I've just been a non-tolerance person.
So what if you had a deadbeat? What would you do in that situation? Somebody
That's
who
the thing,
even
I
made
wouldn't
it.
have one.
Somebody who even listen. Anybody can become a deadbeat. Trust me, I know.
Okay, but nobody I know. Nobody I know. Not mine.
What do you do in a situation where you plan your life with this individual, right? Mm-hmm. And you guys plan on having a family. You guys are married, and y'all have a baby, and things are going great for 2 years.
We got a baby now,
and he decides y'all got a baby. Y'all married and got a whole baby. Y'all married and got a whole baby. He decides this is not what I want. This ain't what I want.
This ain't what you want.
And then he kind of just goes underground. Can't find him. He done quit his job.
Am I pregnant?
Family don't know about.
Am I pregnant?
No, the baby is around 2.5.
Oh, my baby's grown. Okay. Grown like 45 nowadays. So you say that my baby's 2. My baby's grown. Okay, go ahead.
And your baby father just gets low. You don't know where he is. Family hasn't heard from him in months. Months turn to years. You don't know where he is. You don't know where he works. But y'all still got this baby and he ain't paying no child support. This baby needs to be taken care of. What do you do in that situation?
I'm here to tell you, Avia, I would not be in that situation. I'm not the person to be in that situation.
Okay.
My kids are 16 and 17 years old. I was not going to be in that situation because I set my life up to how I wanted my life to go. And when something went wrong where I said that I'm separating from their father, I still had my life in order. And I knew how it was going to go. You going to get them kids. You going to take them kids. Because we made them kids together. So you going to take them kids. And if I need money or something for the kid, I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that on time. You don't show up at stuff or there's no such thing. There's no such thing. You can't get low on me. You can't get low on me because let's just say they be like, oh, Tamika, you called your baby father. You couldn't find your baby father at Avia House. He right there. I seen him then. I'm coming behind you, Dilquan. But your kids, you see what I'm saying? I'm just different.
Yeah, I'm not, okay? Because I had a whole baby father. My whole baby father. Okay? High school sweetheart, allegedly. And I thought everything was great, girl. Great. Planned a whole life together. However, of course, I was young and dumb. Had no idea how relationships worked. Didn't know how to communicate. And I was very gullible and very naive. So I believed everything homeboy told me. Then when the baby came, homeboy just went ghost.
I just want to know, just answer me this. The homeboy went ghost.
And when I ghost, I say, name change, moved out the state, moved.
You know where his mother lived at?
I did. However, his mom was mentally unstable, so she was like in and out of institutions. And I didn't know that at the time.
What about his dad? Like, did you know where any family member, any direct...
He never had a relationship with his dad.
This is what I'm talking about. Knowing people. Like, everything about people. Like, everything about that man. I think that I'm a talkative person. So I'm gonna, where you're more reserved. I'm gonna find out all the way about that person.
Not no more.
Not no more, but you're saying back then that you was naive and you wasn't a talkative person to be like, where your mama stay at? Your mama, okay, she at what hospital? Oh, because I need to know. Because I need to know these things, or aunt, uncle, somebody that they close with, godparents. I need to know all of that.
So what happens when you meet the representative? Right? Because that's what we meeting today. In today's world,
2019.
Everybody you meet is a representative. Everybody. Okay.
Not the real person. We don't know where they at. They
take what you need. Discard the rest. Take what you need. Discard the rest. And then when I say rest, the bullshit. Let that shit go.
Let it go.
Let that shit go.
Let it go.
However, I've heard stories of women who have met men, developed relationships with men for years. They finally decided they were going to get into a relationship. All the while, never knowing homeboy was currently in a whole marriage. Currently in a whole marriage. Do you find
that a lot more in Georgia?
I can't say that I find it. I know that I hear a lot about
more
it.
In Georgia?
A lot in Georgia. I just feel like
we're going to get to that.
Georgia's a very sexually liberal. I'm going to say Atlanta. I'm not even going to say Georgia. I have such a scratch in my throat. I feel like Atlanta is so densely populated and it's portrayed on TV, online. You know what I mean? Everybody knows Atlanta, but it's a very small portion of Georgia. So, and you know, it's the most popular. So, when people think of Georgia, I'm sure most people think of Atlanta. And because Atlanta is so popular and overpopulated, and even when I was in high school, I heard of people coming down to Atlanta, you know, to get the freak out. When they wanted to get their freak out.
All these women here.
So
in ratio to men.
I'm talking about dudes, down low dudes that used to come out to Atlanta on the regular, you know, to get their sauce tossed, you know? So
women too, not just men.
I ain't know about the women. I heard about the men though. So
I heard about the women too. But I just want to be honest and let you know I seen more homosexuals in Patterson, New Jersey than I did in Georgia. So a lot of misconceptions about Georgia.
Time out.
I would say, when you say in Georgia, you need to
No, I said Atlanta.
Georgia. No,
Atlanta.
I'm saying
Yeah,
the people.
yeah.
You need to classify
right.
Georgia when you make statements, or Atlanta when you make statements, because it's way more broad than that.
Yeah, this is Atlanta.
Right.
This
That
is
little
Georgia.
piece right there. The rest of that is Georgia. So when you go to, you know, classifying people and saying that a place is this way or that way,
Right.
I'm here to tell you, from New Jersey, Patterson, New Jersey, born and raised Patterson, New Jersey. However, I mean, I love Patterson. I love y'all. However, I done seen more homosexuals, like I said, in Patterson, New Jersey than I did in Georgia. I've been here 6 years. I seen the one boy, girl. I don't know how they want to be classified. I don't know. But I seen them inside
Ooh,
of...
they gonna come after you, Tamika.
They can't come
The
after me. I don't know.
LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ.
I do not know. Y'all can't come after me because I don't know how you want to be.
It don't even matter. A boy is a boy and a girl's a girl. Period.
Alright, so the sir was in there with a pink glove on his hand with the holes in it at Rainbow. And I was like, and I had my kids with me. So that I had my kids with me and their boys. I just grabbed my boys and completely turned around because I ain't had time to explain why Delquan got a pink glove, the same pink glove that they seen they mother with in a different color. I think I had silver or something the day prior. I don't got time to explain that, so you can't get mad at me for that. Okay? So then I went to Domino's. Like I said, I've been here six years. This is the second time I went inside. And I seen, at first he was a boy, but like he was on his way or whatever. So I used to go in there and get my pizza like, hey, boo, can I get my pepperoni? Because I know when he's in the building, because when he's in the building, he's in the back like, drop it. I need you to drop that pepperoni. Da-da. So I'm hearing all this loudness. I know he's back there. So now he has converted into a woman. So now he got weave in, he got eyelashes, he got everything. I'm going to show y'all my boo when I get a chance because that's my whole boo. I don't treat him any differently. But what he is going to do is set me up with my pizza. Okay? Delquan, I'm going to need you to take them nails, them long nails that's this long. I'm going to need you to take them nails and I'm going to need you to speed it up. Okay? With my pizza because I'm in the building. And you know, we had that relationship.
Do I have to hide this?
That's what I'm saying. I showed mine, so I'm gonna say, but y'all won't forget about that because that was previously. That's previous information.
All right. I have a topic to discuss.
Let's get it.
Time out.